Phones today are probably more affordable than they have ever been. In a relatively short space of time, they have become one of the most popular means of communication here in Sri Lanka. With the escalation of the conflict, however, mobile phone services in some areas have been suspended, leaving communities here deprived of what has practically become a basic human right.
Love them or hate them, you can't live without them. From being one of the coolest accessories on the planet, mobile phones have vastly exceeded all expectations to become an indispensable part of our lives. Nearly everybody seems to have one. In fact, it is estimated that 1 out of every 4 people uses a mobile phone in Sri Lanka.
Hello.
The number of mobile phone users in Sri Lanka rose to 5.4 million in 2006. A significant increase from the 3.4 million the previous year. But the numbers had started to grow long before. With the ceasefire agreement of 2002, 2 of the 4 mobile phone operators in the country expanded their reach to the north and east of Sri Lanka. Not surprisingly, after years of isolation due to conflict, residents of towns like Jaffna were quick to seize the opportunity, with nearly 40,000 people subscribing to the service. However, with a deteriorating security situation, telecom operators have had to switch off, leaving subscribers in the north with no connection.
Call has not responded. Please try again.
I don't remember exactly, it should be January or February. At the time they cut it for some days continuously, so for first 2-3 days I couldn't manage because I used to talk to the parents every day, and suddenly when they cut, I don't have many relations here also, so every day I want to talk to them. That's a relief to me. But when they cut it, I couldn't actually. I was badly affected at the time. I wasn't able to continue carry out my routine activities properly. I was thinking about them, what's happening there, because I'm not sure what is happening in Jaffna also. So by the phone only we are making sure. You don't believe, when they call me, the first thing they're asking me, are you safe there?
Ravi, who does not wish to reveal his true identity, is a 21-year-old student from Jaffna. He first bought his mobile phone in 2005 when he moved to Colombo to go to university. Now, with the breakdown in the security situation, his only contact with his family has been his mobile phone. When was the last time you saw your parents?
More than 1 year. I couldn't go there after the A9 has been closed.
And how do you manage when they cut off mobile communication in these areas? How do you contact your parents?
That's actually very much difficult because we don't have land phone connections everywhere in Jaffna. Only in the town side they are giving land phone connections. So if you want to take a call from a land phone, they have to go somewhere for a communication or somewhere. The daytime is difficult to call me. But in the night also in Jaffna they can't go outside since there's the curfew. So it's a bit difficult when they are cutting the coverage signals there.
Mobile phones have become what seem to be one of the inevitable casualties of war. In addition to the sporadic disconnection of the Jaffna Peninsula, some 500,000 users in the east were cut off as government forces engaged in combat with LTTE troops. This is something that is seen as a routine requirement during heightened conflict, to prevent the use of mobile phones in military operations. Many who do not live in the directly affected conflict areas of the north and east too see it as an inevitability of war.
Because these areas are designated war-torn parts and there is an active conflict, these periodic interruptions to telecommunication is an accepted fact because it is hard to say it living here, and it is easy for us to say it, but the reality is there is an active conflict, and then certain measures by the government has to be taken to counter. The people will have to live with this because it's at least for the time being. Yeah?
Ravi naturally feels differently.
They know that land phone is not accessible to everybody. So it's some sort of essential thing, their hand phones. So when they cut it, it's really difficult. So they can have some proper checking methods. That's the thing I can tell.
Mobile phone users in Colombo too have experienced occasional problems of connectivity following incidents of violence or bomb explosions. But for most urban dwellers, it is something they take for granted.
gosh, that'll be it. If my mobile phone was cut today, I'd be lifeless, because the thing is, either I'll lose my job because I need to have my phone. I would be lifeless without my mobile phone. It's sad to say this, but then that is the time that we are living in. And either way, whatever your requirement is for the mobile phone, every person should have the equal right to use it.
Easy to say, but not so easy to achieve in reality. In the end, it is the government that decides what steps need to be taken to safeguard the interests of the people in the country. We can only hope that soon everyone will be able to enjoy a basic human right, the right to communicate, including with their mobile phones. Excuse me.